Hey guys, Gaming 101 here, back with another video, and in this video I will be playing World of Tanks, one of my favourite games. Yeah, I like this. World of Tanks is a good game, but anyway, why should I start this video? That's not what I want to do. So basically, I'll explain the fundamentals. Medium tank. Yeah, so basically, World of Tanks, as you'd think, it's a game about tanks. And so basically, I think in this video, I will do a video of like the gameplay of it, as in like using the tanks I have and showing you gameplay with them. And then I think I'll start anew for any other videos that I do, and I will show you like me progressing through the game. But anyway, I'll use the British, well basically there's tech trees, and there's loads of different, there's Britain, Germany, China, USA, the flipping premium tanks that you have to pay for and that everyone uses and they're so annoying. Especially that flipping one. Okay, anyway, Swedish tanks, Swedish tech tree, the Czech Republic tech tree, the Japanese tech tree, the Chinese, I don't know, Russian, maybe Russian, I don't know, I don't know my flags, I don't do geography, I don't know geography, and you've got your French tanks, but I'll use the British tech tree to explain. So basically, you always start off with a tank, yes, you start off with a tank, but basically, there's tiers of tanks. So the first one is always a tier 1, and that is what's used to unlock every other tank. And then, basically, the first one can either be a light or a medium tank. So basically, you see the little kind of like diamond thing in the top left of the icon there, on the medium one. If it's like on the L.TR, if it's a solid diamond, it's a light tank. If it's got one line through, it's a medium tank. If it, I'll explain these to you. If it's a triangle, it's a tank destroyer tank. I'll get into more what these do later on. If it's a square, it's an artillery tank. And let me see. Wait. If it's got 3 lines, no, if it's got 2 lines through it, it's a heavy tank. Wait, right. So, so now. Maybe, right. So basically, when you play a game with a tank, you get XP for that tank, which is what this is basically. See the way on the bottom right of that icon, there's the green with the star, and it's 220. That means I have to get 220 XP with my medium 1 to be able to research the M2, and then be able to buy it. So that's the cool concept about World of Tanks. Each tank you get, it gets its own XP, and then you can research different tanks off that tank, or different attachments or whatever. But then, yeah, basically that. I'll show you, for example, this medium one. I'll show you, so there's a thing called packages, which is like upgrade packages. So basically, that one is, it gives you, basically, so if I got the research for that, and I had to research it to unlock access to the starter tank for every different type of tank in the British thing. But basically, I got the XP for that. It researched this. I could use it to upgrade the gun, so I could to get a different gun. But I didn't do that because I wanted to just get these tanks. But I'll show you one of my tanks and show you a more complicated one. My Churchill one, which is my first ever heavy tank. So basically, yeah, this is, you can either, well, this one's free, I remember. This one's got no XP cost and no money cost. But, yeah, so basically, that's one where it improves the gun. This one, it actually costs quite a bit, but it improves your top bit and your tracks. And then this improves your gun and your communication system. Gun and communication system, no. Yeah, just gun, yeah. So, let's see if you know that. Right. Should I explain the different types of tanks now? I think I should. Guys, if I'm going over this too quickly and you want me to do a video like all about what the tanks are and all that, just leave that in the comments and I'll be happy to do that. I know World of Tanks is a bit of a complex game when you're starting into it, but when you get into it, it can be a very good game. But basically, so as I said before, oh yeah, the reason why I'm using the British line is because I basically just have all British tanks. Like, I like the British tanks. It's not because I'm British. But anyway, yeah. So basically, you've got your light tank, like Cruiser 3 here. I've researched a bit on it. Light tanks are used in the battle to basically, they've got a lot of speed. They have an alright gun. They don't have that much health, but they're used to advance the battlefield quickly, get to the enemy side, and spot all the enemies. You'll get into that once I get into a game. But yeah, your light tanks are the backbone of your team. They spot all the enemies for you. Your tank destroyers, they usually have a giant. They have a well, see that this Cruiser 2 would have a gun that would be all right against tanks in most tank standards, as in it would do a good bit of damage. I've had a tank destroyer. It has it is a big gun on it that does a lot of damage, but it is mounted to the tank, so usually you have to turn the tank to be able to aim the gun, because most tanks have the rotating turret, like 360 degrees turret. Tank destroyers only have like a little turret that goes out the front bit. Yeah, tank destroyers, they do a lot of damage. For example, I will show you my Swedish tank. Let's see what my packages. It starts off, well, tier 4. Right? For example, right, I'll show you my tier 4 light tank, my Bobbin Tanner. I still don't know how to pronounce it. It starts off with a gun that does 50, 50, 60 average damage. And my tank destroyer tier 4 tank starts off with a gun that does 110, 175 damage. Yeah, it does a lot more damage. But this is the good one. 350, 370 damage. Yeah. It's good, but it's got horrible accuracy. Anyway, back to the tanks. That's Swedish line. That's American. Okay. So that's your tank destroyers. Most of them will have a good. I went for Sweden for my tank destroyers because later on in the Swedish line you get siege mode. I'll have to explain that in another video. That's a whole different concept. Anyway, medium tanks. It is your balance between heavy tanks and light tanks. Medium tank has a good gun, it's good armor, but usually they are slower and they're used to damage enemies or kill enemies. They're your all-round tank. That's good at most things. Oh, your artillery tank. Okay, it changes the whole game. Basically, when you're artillery, most other tanks, you go into battle, you have a crosshair and all that, and you shoot tanks. Artillery, when you aim, you get a bird's eye view of the entire field, and you get a circular area of where your shell will hit in that area, and you basically have to try and hit tanks by shooting. Well, you aim your thing by using the circular, and then you fire the shell. It lands anywhere in that. You have to basically aim the circular area at a tank and hope for the best. They do a lot of damage, but they have literally no armor, so if they get found, they're dead. And your heavy tank. Your heavy tank, I'll just use my Churchill one for this. Your heavy tank, I choose a horrible one because the tracks are really exposed. That's a really bad thing in this game, but anyway. Heavy tank, you have a really good gun and really good armor. This is the kind of tank that you would expect to see like in normal life. But anyway, heavy tank is just go into the battlefield, shoot some people, don't have to worry about your health. It's kind of a it's just, I don't care. You go in battle with it, it's just, yeah. For example, it's a tier 5, but it starts off with a gun that does alright damage, 50, 50, 60. If you don't know where I'm getting this, it's the second down one on the left there. 50, 50, 60. Then, all British tanks, I really like them because you can get a howitzer for them. If you don't know what a howitzer is, it's an artillery gun. You can equip a howitzer to most of them. So, for free, you can equip a howitzer to the heavy tank. It does 175 and 110 damage. But above it, the penetration is, yeah, very bad. Basically, if you do not penetrate in this game, your round does no damage. So, you want penetration. But the thing I don't like about the howitzer, the air speed is so bad. It takes about 5 seconds to travel to your target. It's so slow. And then I researched this one, and it does less damage, but it has a really high penetration rate. So, yeah. Heavy tanks. Right, I think I should just get into battle. What should I use? My German tank? No. As you can see, the majority of my tanks are British. I'll play around with my tank destroyer. I'll leave that up to the end of the video. Well, we are getting quite close. I'll play around with a light tank just to show you what a light tank can do. Then I'll play around with my tank destroyer and I'll leave the heavy tank. Well, yeah. Actually, no. Don't put me into a game. Please don't. Please don't put me into a game. Good, right. Guys, I do have a cold, so if I don't sound like I usually do, I'm sorry, it's just a little cold. But anyway, I might as well not do a light tank and tank destroyer and that, because I'll be doing those if I'm starting again anyway. But, so I'll do a heavy tank and an artillery tank. I'll play as a heavy tank because I will probably die some crap at playing a heavy tank. Yeah. If I have more time in the video, I might do light tank, tank destroyer. I don't have any medium. I don't really like playing with the medium tanks because I feel like the light tanks do their job well, heavy tanks do their job. Medium tanks are just, they're trying to steal everyone's job. Like, they don't really have a job of their own. But anyway, here I am in the game. It's usually a 15v15 thing. So, yes. Let's see how I do. Right, this is a bit confusing, but anyway. On the top of the screen, you can see all the tanks in the team. So the green ones are the ones on my team. So we have 2 artillery, 3 tank destroyers. Sorry if I call it tank destroyers anti-tank. No, we don't just call them anti-tank. 3 tank destroyers, 2 light tanks, 2 medium tanks, and 6 heavy tanks. Yeah, in these higher tier battles, this is a tier 5 battle, I think. There's like one battle I've been in where there has been all heavy tanks. It's crazy. But anyway, and you can see what tanks the enemy team has. But if you notice on my map on the bottom right, that enemy there just got spotted, so we can all, our entire team can see them on the map. But oh, that was good. Ow. Okay, I'm getting straight in here. Basically, I can. Oh great, that's the bad thing about the Churchill. Ow. Ah, go on. Critical hit, 200 damage. There we go. So, if you didn't know what I was doing there, it's basically just you can press in L2 and you zoom in to your tank cannon. And then if you click the, I forget which one it is now, but if you click in one of the sticks, you zoom in sniper mode, which zooms you in far to the enemy, and that's for more accurate shots. But yeah, basically, the disadvantage about the Churchill is that its tracks are exposed, so enemy tanks can just hit the tracks and immobilize you. Yeah, it's not so good, but I didn't really get to explain anything because I'm so bad at the game. But yeah, it's still fun. There's a seat at the front. No one ever sits in that seat. Why is no one ever sitting in that seat? Nobody knows. Anyway, let's play with artillery. So this will be interesting. I used to like artillery, but I don't really like them now. Because they're a bit, well, it's a bit hard to explain. Anyway, yeah, hopefully I'll get to explain stuff better in this one, even though I'm using an artillery tank. But yeah. Artillery, yes. So artillery, your job is basically just to stay at the back, stay in cover. Oh, this is a horrible map for artillery. Right, so basically artillery, the gun, it's slow turning, but basically you fire the shell like straight up, and you have to try and fire over the battlefield and on top of an enemy. But the disadvantage is the enemies can be behind buildings, and they can avoid your shell. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to move backwards. Basically, there is a whole concept of cover in this game. So like, if I knock a tree over, hide behind a tree, I'll be harder to spot from the enemy. Because yeah, that'll be a little different video. But I'm inside this tree, so if the enemy coming here, they won't instantly spot me. But anyway, so as you can see, I've got a circle. I've got two circles. The little circle is the center of where I'm aiming. The bigger circle is like my accuracy around it. And on the left is my reload, so that's green at the moment because I have a shell in, but it'll go red when I'm reloading. On the right is my health, I'm at full health. On the bottom is my ammo types, I've only got one. Okay, L2. Now we've got a bird's eye view. This is, yeah, you saw me with the Churchill 1. I was in battle with that. So yeah, this is a horrible map for artillery. That, I can't shoot anyone. Heavy tanks, come on. Okay, good. So basically, as artillery, you want to do this and fire. There we go, I hit him. So below the 149 there, you'll see a tilde and like 2.1 seconds. That is the amount of time that it will take for the bullet to travel over. Someone else killed that guy. Get to him. Yeah, that is the amount of time that it'll take for the bullet to travel to where you are aiming. So, yeah, with artillery, you kind of have to lead your shots quite well. You have to be good at leading shots. But if you can land a good shot with artillery, like, there's been a couple of times where I have one shot killed people using artillery. And there's this whole communication system in the game, so I'm just going to tell people that I need a target. Because there's not that many targets that are out in the open. Oh, medium tank. Oh, he's going too fast. Fuck. These tanks are in a horrible position. I don't want to move because I have literally no armor. I have more armor than a tank destroyer. You'll find that out later when I play with the tank destroyer. But yeah, I think I'll play with the tank destroyer after this, and then I'll end the game. But on the top right, you'll see that I have that badge. Well, that's what they're called. They're called badges, I think. But yeah. Oh no. And on the bottom left, I'm being targeted, which means the enemy can see me.
That's it. We're scrapped.
That is a tank destroyer. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah. On the top right there, I have a badge or medal. I forget what it's called, but basically, you hit an enemy and you damage them, you get that medal that I've got. And there's loads of medals you can get in the game. But anyway, I haven't played artillery in a long time, so I was expecting to do bad. Yeah, guys, sorry about if you want videos in the future, because I'm going through exams at the moment, so I'll do loads of uploads after the exams, but before that I don't do that many. basically, I forgot to mention, on the bottom right you can see all these tanks' XP values. So my Coventania or whatever it's called, I need 15,000 XP to get the next tank. I've researched everything, but I need 15,000, and it's got 3,814. But my Swedish tank destroyer, I need 10,830. I have 7,598. This is... They've made, like, well, all the upgrade packages are relatively cheap for XP, but they've made it so that the next tank costs a lot of XP, so that you can basically get used to your tank in these tiers, and you like become skilled with your tank, because yeah, they want people to use their tanks more and then be able to use them skillfully. Yeah. But tank destroyer, my most recent favourite class, because I like the Swedish tanks, because they just, there's something about them, they just handle better, and what you can get this long gun for them, and they have a really good depression angle, which depression in this game is basically just the amount of degrees that you can aim down from your center point. So that's my center point. It's the amount of degrees that I can aim right down at around there. That is just really good. Like in the higher tier Swedish tanks, you can literally just be on a hill and then like use your gun to shoot them, put your whole tank behind the hill, because you have a good depression angle. Your whole tank's not really be seen, but you can shoot with your gun. Oh, this map is a bad map for tank destroyers, because this is even a good bit. The airfield, but no one ever goes in the airfield because everyone uses death trap. Like I say, I'll say that. I think after this match I will leave the video.
Throwing up the camo net.
Oh yes, there's equipables for tanks, and I've got, basically to help me survive in this tank and get XP, I equip a camo net to it, which makes your vehicle 25% harder to detect by the enemy when you're staying still. So when I'm staying still for like a long period of time, you'll just say on the camo net. You know what I'm meant to do, but I'm taking my tank destroyer into the battlefield. I'm meant to stay at the back, so I am. But I don't like staying at the back, I like getting into the battle. Like this guy, who's dead now. I usually do a lot better, but anyway. Light. I'm being targeted. No. He's trying to shoot me. Ow.
Driver's hit. He can barely steer.
Oh no, my driver's not right. Ow. No, stop shooting me. That medium tank up there is destroyed. I don't think I can help them with that heavy tank. I don't think a Spitfire will get any alive. No, it's not Spitfire, is it? Heavy tank. Right. Like this. Okay, the heavy tank is fire. Oh, I missed. I'm not doing well this game. These past 3 games I haven't done. Guys, I do a lot better than this, so most of the time, I promise you. It's just been off there or something. He's going around there. Right, if I can hide behind this, and then fire on the door. That didn't work. Oh, great, he missed. Why, how did he? And again. Yay, I'm dead. Oh, I did horrible. Right, I think I will play another match. Just to show you that oh well. I don't know. I am better than this. Right, I'll show you an autoloader. Very quickly, an autoloader. Basically an autoloader tank. You'll find out what it is. I think this video is going to be half an hour long or something like that, so yeah. I don't know. Tier 3, oh there's not that many tier 3s. Light tanks, quite a few. Okay, I'm in a game. This would be horrible for artillery. I feel sorry for any artillery that are in this map. Basically all the black bits on this map preview are buildings. So yeah, that's how you know if you're artillery you're gonna be screwed. Yeah. I don't want to go left because left is usually like a death field because loads of people try to flank that way, but because everyone tries to flank that way, everyone knows people are going to flank that way, so that's got me facing in this direction. This is a good direction to initially go in, so as you can see on the left, there are 5 shells, which none of my other tanks had. Basically, I have 5 sets of shots in 1 reload.
We've got enemies incoming. Either take them out or capture their base. Let's go.
Light tanks is quite fast. I can instantly get round to here.
Got an enemy here. Enemies looking right
Ow,
at us.
no. Ow. Fire. Yeah. As you can see, all of these. I was killed by my own tank. Way. Oh. Yeah. That's a Matilda. That's why I got killed. One of them is huge tanks in the game. Or here. That'll do it for this episode, guys. I assure you, I'm not that crap always. I just had an off day today. Wait to see. It'll just be because of this YouTube video. I'll be amazing when I'm not in this YouTube video. When I'm not doing a YouTube video. Right. And guys, this has been Gaming 101. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.